What if I told you that the very first friendship in human history wasn't between people and animals? Think about it. Before we had farms, cities, or even written language, some wild creature was already walking beside us. But who claimed the title of humanity's first pet? Was it the cat? Strutting into our lives like it owned the place? The dog, loyal and tail wagging through thick and thin. Maybe the sheep, with its endless supply of wool sweaters. Or the pig, basically walking Buffett on 4 legs. Heck, maybe even the reindeer. Santa Squad, before Santa was even invented. The answer might surprise you, and the story behind it will blow your mind. Let's start with cats, our so-called feline overlords. They have this whole "I chose you" human vibe. Honestly, that's pretty close to the truth. When humans started farming about 9,000 years ago, grain stores attracted mice, and cats moved in to hunt them. Archaeological finds from Cyprus show cats living alongside people nearly 9,500 years ago. But here's the twist. Cats mostly domesticated themselves. They weren't bred by humans at first. They just saw an all-you-can-eat mouse buffet and decided we were worth hanging around. Now, dogs. These tail-wagging legends have been our companions far longer. Evidence suggests dogs were domesticated somewhere between 15,000 and 20,000 years ago, making them humanity's oldest animal partners. They hunted with us, guarded our camps, and probably invented fetch before we even knew what a game was. If any animal deserves the first domesticated crown, dogs are top contenders. Sheep enter the story a bit later, about 10,000 to 11,000 years ago in the Fertile Crescent. They weren't just food. They were the ancient world's Swiss Army knife, wool for clothing, milk for drinking, meat for eating, and even a form of trade and wealth. Sheep, goats, and cattle were among the very first livestock animals, transforming human life once farming took off. Pigs joined the farmyard roughly 9,000 years ago. First in regions like China and the Near East, they were the perfect recycling machines, eating scraps and turning them into, well, bacon? And reindeer? They weren't actually domesticated as early as dogs or sheep, but in northern cultures, they became crucial survival partners. People used them for transport, meat, hides, antlers, and even milk. While their domestication happened much later, they're a powerful example of how humans adapted with animals to thrive in extreme environments. Here's the key detail most people miss. Taming is not the same as domestication. Taming means training or handling a single wild animal, like someone who manages to ride an elephant or teach a hawk to hunt. Domestication, on the other hand, goes much deeper. It's a slow process that changes the very biology of a species across generations. Over time, domesticated animals begin to look and behave differently from their wild ancestors. Think about dogs. Wolves are lean, sharp, and wary, but domesticated dogs developed floppy ears, curled tails, spotted coats, and even puppy-like behavior that lasts into adulthood. Selective breeding amplified these traits, making dogs truly distinct from wolves. The same goes for smaller animals too. Take rabbits. For example, if you look at medieval or Renaissance paintings, rabbits look almost unrecognizable compared to the fluffy, soft-eared pets we know today. Their proportions, fur textures, and even facial features have shifted dramatically due to centuries of human-guided breeding. The same is true for livestock like cows, which in their wild form the mighty aurochs were massive, aggressive beasts. It took countless generations of selective breeding to turn them into the docile dairy cows we see grazing in fields. This distinction matters because taming is only the starting point. It shows that humans can coexist with and influence animals. But domestication is the real revolution, reshaping entire species to better fit human needs. It gave us milk, wool, meat, companionship, and even transportation. In short, domestication was one of the most powerful tools humanity ever developed. And without it, civilization itself might never have taken root. So, What's the answer? The very first animal domesticated by humans was most likely the dogtins of thousands of years ago. Long before farming, long before sheep, pigs, or cats showed up. Dogs weren't just pets. They were partners in survival. And honestly, they still are. The real takeaway: our bond with animals shaped human history in ways we rarely stop to think about. From the first tamed wolves to the cows, rabbits, and reindeer, reshaped by domestication. Animals have not only walked beside us, but changed with us. And that shared journey is nothing short of extraordinary.